Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about variables. Alright? Now, if you know a different programming language and if you know what variables are, then you can skip few minutes of this video. Alright? But if you do not know what variables are and you are learning the concept of variables for the very first time, I want you to watch it from the beginning. Okay? Now I will take an example of booking a seat on a bus to explain you the concept of variables. Okay? I will take this example and then relate it with variables of a programming language. Alright? So let us begin. Let us say that your name is Ravi and you want to travel from Mumbai to Bengaluru. You are in Mumbai and you want to travel to Bengaluru. Since you want to travel from Mumbai to Bengaluru, you want to book a seat on a bus. Now, when you want to book a seat on the bus, what do? You can use an app or you can contact an agent. Correct? Let us say that you approach an agent and you say that you want to book a seat on the bus. When you book or when you want to book a seat, the agent generally shows you a layout of a bus like this, which has seating arrangements and asks you to select the seat that you want. Correct? Now, apart from this, you can also take the example of booking a ticket for the movie. Okay, in a theater. It also works in the same way. Alright. Now, when the agent shows you this layout and asks you to select the seat, you select the seat that you want and you ask the agent to reserve it for you. Correct? Book it for you. Let us say that the green seats are taken and the grey ones are available and you are interested in this seat. So you ask the agent to book this seat for you. You pay the money and he reserves it for you. Now all the seats are numbered. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. Meaning it will be easy for you to recognize your seat when you board the bus. So this is seat number 5 and the agent books this seat number 5 for you. So seat number 5 is for Ravi. Seat number 6 is for someone else. This has already been booked by someone else and so on, correct? So now here is the conversation between you and the agent. What do you say to book a seat? You say, hello agent, please give me some space on the bus to sit. That is what you are basically saying, correct? You want to book a seat, reserve a seat. Hello agent, please give me some space on the bus to sit. So the agent says, okay, I have given some space for you on the bus and named the location as 5. Of course, in reality, it is you who select the seat which you want, but here I am putting it in different words. Okay, so when you ask for some space on the bus to sit, the agent says, okay, I have given some space for you on the bus and named the location as 5. So this is the conversation that happens between you and the agent to book a ticket on a bus. Alright. Now coming to our C++. So here I have my compiler opened up. This is the basic structure of the program. You know about this, correct? I will explain this later when it matters. Now here, if I say a is equal to 4, I am basically having this conversation with the computer. Okay? So when I say a is equal to 4, I am saying to the computer that, hello computer, Please give me some space on the RAM to store. Store what? Store some value. So the computer says, okay, I have given some space for you on the RAM and named the location as A. Of course, it is we who said A equal to 4, but I have put it in different words, okay, different way. So you can pause the video and try to relate this and this. So basically, when we write A is equal to 4, what we are saying is, please give some space on the RAM to store something. So what does the computer do? The computer gives us the space and it names the location according to whatever we mention here. If we mention B here, it gives the space name B. Okay? We are telling to the computer that, hello computer, please give me some space on the RAM and name that space as B. I want to store value 4 in that space. Okay? So that is what we are saying by typing B is equal to 4. So basically variables are nothing but spaces on RAM where we can store different values. Alright? I hope you have understood. Just like we have seats on the bus, we have spaces on the RAM, and in that or in those spaces we can store any values that we want. Okay? Yes. Now, it is not enough if we say B is equal to 4. We have to mention what is the type of the data that we are trying to store in that location. Okay? And that is why we need to learn about data types. Now, data types are very easy. Let me take an example. So here in this picture you can see many fruits, correct? You have watermelon, apple, pineapple, grapes, banana, berries and so on, kiwi and many things, many fruits. All these that you see belong to the type fruit or category fruit. All these and many others belong to the type fruit. So this is the type. Similarly, you have many vegetables here. You have carrots, beans, mushroom, cabbage, brinjal or eggplant, pumpkin and so on. All these belong to the category vegetables or type vegetables. Correct? Similarly, in programming languages, we have data types. 3, 5, 23, minus 434, 0, minus 99 and many other values or all the values without a decimal value belong to the category integers. Okay? Whole numbers like what you are seeing here belong to the category integers. Now these numbers do not have a decimal value. They are whole. All the positive numbers, 0 and negative numbers belong to the category integers. Just like many different fruits belong to the category fruit. X, Z, A, U, L, F or in other words all the letters of the alphabet belong to the category character, or character is the data type of these. Integers is the data type of these, character is the data type of these. Now these are whole numbers. What about the numbers with decimal values? Like what you see here. These belong to the category of floating point. Okay, we call it as float. Numbers with decimal values belong to the type float. And in the same way, numbers with decimal values belong to the category double. It is just that double is more precise than float. Okay. So after the point in floating point type, generally 6 to 7 numbers can come. But in double, it is more than that, meaning we can store precise values using double data type. So generally, even if we have this number, we will be using double data type. Alright. Now, do not worry much about this because of course I will explain it to you in detail. Next, we have strings. Strings are nothing but characters put together. So we have characters, correct? The characters put together are strings. So words are basically strings. Ravi, home, India, mobile, mic, V75, X95, all these belong to the category strings. Okay. So we have to know what is the data type that we are trying to store in a variable. Okay. So apart from these, there are other data types too, and we will learn about them when it matters. Okay. So now, what have we typed here? We have typed b is equal to 4. Now this 4, to what category does it belong to? It belongs to integer category, correct? So in the beginning, we have to say int. Okay, we have to mention int. So int b is equal to 4. Now this is like saying, hello computer, please give me some space on the RAM for me and name that space as b, where I want to store an integer value 4. So the computer gives some space or location on the RAM for you and names that location as b, and you can store 4 in that location. Okay. So this is the concept of variables and data types. Alright. Now I want to print this out. Let me do that. So let me use C out object and less than symbol, and here I will say b and then end it. Okay. So now when I run it, you can see that I get 4 as result or output. So what has happened? I have stored value 4 in this variable, and when I am trying to print the variable, it is the value that has been stored in b gets printed. Okay. So when I try to print this out, it is the value that is stored in b which gets printed. So 4 gets printed. Okay. Yes. So here I will say age and 45. So basically we are asking some space on the RAM, and that space will be named as age, and in that space we are storing this value 45, which is an integer. So here now if I want to print age, I just have to say cout age. Okay. Yes. Now let me say 45.5. Alright. Let me run this. I get 45. This is because here I have mentioned int. What is int? Integer, correct? It can only store whole numbers. But here I have typed 45.5, which is basically floating point or double data type. So what happens is everything after the dot gets ignored and only 45 gets stored in age. Okay. So if we want to print 45.5, we have to use float or double. Okay. So now let me run it to get 45.5. Alright. I hope it is clear. Now let us take an exercise. I want to print these sentences. Okay. I am dash years old. So let me use that now. So I will say double age equal to this. Alright. So let me here say 35. Alright, 35. Now what is that I want to print? I am dash years old. In this location I want to print age. Okay. So here I will say I am age years old. Alright, I am age years old. So in the location of age, I want 35 to be printed. So let me run it and see if I get any error. Okay, I am getting the exact same thing, correct? This is not what I wanted. I want this value to be here, correct? I want 35 to be printed here. So let me try this. Okay, let me have this. Let me use less than symbol. Let me run it. I am getting this, which is not what I want. So basically what you have to do is wrap this inside double quotes and wrap this inside double quotes, and this age should come between two less than symbols in the beginning and two less than symbols at the end. Okay. Now when I run it, I get I am 35 years old. Now it is without any spaces. So here I will leave a space and here I will leave a space. Now when I run it, I get I am 35 years old. So let us try to analyze this. See, you know that whatever is typed between quotes will be printed as it is, correct? So here I have I am and space in between double quotes, okay, set of double quotes. So this is exactly what gets printed. So we have this much, okay, from here to here. After that, we have this. We know that whatever is typed between double quotes is what gets printed. So we have one space and years old between set of double quotes. So that is what gets printed. That much is done. Now what do we want? We want 35 to be printed, correct? In the place of age. So the variable name age must be between two sets of less than symbols. Okay, so less than symbol, okay, two sets of less than symbol, and between that should be the name of the variable. So when we print out, what happens is this age variable will be replaced by the value that is inside it, and that is what we are getting. Okay, I hope it is clear. Next, let me try this one. My weight is dash kg. Okay, so now I will say weight is equal to 65. Okay, weight equal to 65. Now see, I am storing integer value inside double. This is fine. You can store integer value in double. Entire thing will be stored. But you cannot store double value in integer, because everything along with the dot will be ignored. Okay. So here I am saying weight equal to 65. So let me delete this. Let me delete this entirely. What do I want as output? I want my weight is and weight value here along with kg. So my weight is, and after this I want the value, correct? So I will leave a space here and I should have the name of the variable between two sets of less than symbols. Okay, and then I want kg, that should be inside double quotes. Okay, double quotes. So now let me run it, and you can see I get my weight is 65 kg. If you do not want space, you can remove this and the kg will come along with 65. Alright, so this is done. I am 6.1 feet tall. Let us try this. Height 6.1. Okay, so here I am and feet tall. Okay, a space here, and let me run it to get I am 6.1 feet tall. Alright, my name is, and then value here. So for this we need to use string data type, and here I'll say name, and here I'll say Ravi. Now you must remember that strings must be enclosed between double quotes. Okay, if it is integer or float or double value, you don't have to use this, but if you are storing strings, then you need to use double quotes. Okay, so let me remove this, and I'll say my name is, and then leave a space, and then I'll say name. Okay, so now when I run it, I get my name is Ravi. Alright, since this is the ending and we do not have anything after this, we don't have to use these two. Okay, so this is the ending. After this we have this to mark the end of the line. Alright, yes. Next, my name starts from letter dash. So let us do that. To do that, we need to use character data type. So let me say char, and here let me say letter. Okay, char data types should be between single quotes. Okay, should be between single quotes. Alright, so here let me delete this. Strings should be stored in double quotes, characters should be in single quotes. Alright, so here I'll say my name starts from letter, and I'll leave a space, then here I'll say letter. Okay, I'll end it and I will run the program to get my name starts from letter R. Alright, since this is the ending, we do not need this. Okay, if we were to get the R between this, then we need to use this. So let me show that. So let me cut it and let me paste it here. Now we need this and we need this, and now this is required. Okay, now this is required. Only if it comes between two I can say lines or two sentences, then you need this and this. Alright, if it comes at the end, then this is not required. So here let me run it, and you can see I get this without spaces. So now let me delete this and let me have this at the end, and now let me delete this and I get my name starts from letter R. Alright, so I hope it is clear. So here we used integer data type, here also we used integer data type. Here you can use float or double. Alright, double is used if you want precise decimal point value. Float is enough for everything, but to be on a safer side, we use double for all decimal point values. So we used double here, we used string here and we used character here. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now, there are few rules of naming the variables. We will learn some of them in the next video. But one thing is, the name of the variable should be descriptive, meaning it has to say or it has to give a clear idea to the person who is looking at it. Okay, so instead of saying L equal to R, you can say letter equal to R. It is okay if you say L equal to R. This is a very small program, and when you look at it, you will come to know that it is letter. But then, if this is a very big program, and if someone else, okay, not you, someone else looks at this program, and when he sees L equal to R, he will not come to know what L is. Alright. So instead of saying L equal to R, say letter equal to R. Alright. Instead of saying A equal to 35, say age equal to 35. So when you say age, it will be clear. Okay, it will be clear. So this is one thing. Next is variable names should, the variable's name cannot start from a number. 5 age, okay. Age will give you an error. Variable names cannot start or begin from a number, whereas age 5 is fine. Number can come after a character or a letter. Okay, age 5 is fine. So let me run this. So here I'm getting this because I've said char and I'm trying to print it out. So I'll give int and it has to work. Okay, so 5 can come later or numbers can come later, but it cannot start, it cannot be the starting of the variable. Alright, yes, I think this is enough. It has become a long video. What I want you to do is, I want you to practice with the same sentences. I want you to type the same sentences and get the output. Alright. Yes, so that's it for this video. I hope you have understood the concept of variables. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.